Hi guys, this is Omer from MMOs.com, and I'm going to do a quick first impressions gameplay video for Tera, a free-to-play fantasy MMORPG developed by Bluehole and published by En Masse. I'll spend about 10 to 15 minutes running around checking this game out, make some comments. If you guys want to play Tera or just learn more about it, do check out the full review on MMOs.com on the link below. So let's go and get started. This is a really popular MMORPG, the most popular one on Steam actually. It originally launched as a buy-to-play subscription-based game back in 2012 and dropped its subscription in 2013. And since going free-to-play, it's actually one of the biggest success stories in free-to-play. They actually tripled their subscriber numbers when going free-to-play. So they had more money coming in from subscribers as a free-to-play game via optional subscriptions than they did as a mandatory subscription-based game, which is pretty incredible actually. But we're already in the game right now. You saw one of my characters on this account. It was called Singed, of course. I would have a character named Singed. And our playable races include, you can see them all over here. There is, of course, the wonderful Lolly class over here. And I kind of want to play the new, you can click over here. I kind of want to play the new, the Gunner class over here. See the, unfortunately you can't play as a Gunner on the, oh my god, that face, ugh. You can't play the Gunner on this class, you have to play them as, we have High Elves over here though. Create a Gunner, there you go. The game wants you to create a Gunner, so there's a big option for it, because it is the newest class as this video. But the game has a good variety of playable classes and races, as you already saw. And we're going to see some presets. Why not? Actually, let's see. Actually, when we click on Elf, I want to see the other class over here real quick, dude. There you go. You have Gunner, Reaper, Berserker, Lancer, Slayer, Warrior, Sorcerer, Archer, Priest, and Mystic. Quite a few classes. You can see player skill required. And that's because it is an action MMORPG. And holy crap, look at her boobs go. Those are not realistic boob physics at all, but I like what I'm seeing. Holy crap, they're just completely wild. Like, the game is overestimating the fluidity of them. And how cool does the Gunner class look? Look how massive that gun is. Looks hella cool. So we're going to play her anyway. And you can customize your character too. Presets if you don't want to customize them. Unfortunately, you can customize a lot of features in this game. Mostly facial features. You really can't get to your finer details that I'm referring to over here. Your boob size. It does have a fine detail section over here. This is where the boob slider should be, but unfortunately it is not. Though you can actually see your character on various different outfits, so we can see around some interesting, plenty of side boob options over here. Though you can't get these outfits right away, you can acquire them later in the game though. Cool that the game has this. Of course, you know, like this is like the least practical armor in the world. Like it's supposed to be like plate mail armor, but of course it shows most of the skin. But you can see some preset options too. This is like the game's iconic character, shown in a lot of advertisements. Well, at least this race. Same hairstyle too, actually. But we're gonna go with let's go with this one over here. You know what? Let's go with her, the default character. We can change one option so it's more unique. Let's go with nice orange here. Let's go with red. I like red way better. And you can change your voice too if you want. But for now, let's just get into the game. I'll go through Remotay X, same as my Twitter handle, and let's jump right in. I have played Tera before quite a while ago, not just on this account, another account as well. But you get to see the beginning area again while I talk a little about the game's features. Look how massive that gun is. Holy crap. I haven't played the Gunner class though. I have played a few other classes. The game has a buddy up code system as well, where basically you invite your friend to play and you get bonus experience together. It's a way to encourage players to get their friends involved too. You can see the controls on the screen. It is an action MMORPG, and back when it launched, it was kind of competing with Blade and Soul because they were both announced around the same time. But oddly enough, Blade and Soul never came out in America for years, and Tera actually followed their own release schedule and launched, in 2012, like I said. So it didn't really compete too much with Blade and Soul because Blade and Soul is coming out in America in late 2015. Oh man, we're gonna skip some of the story stuff right now. It does have a little bit of a story. The Isle of Dawn is the game's newbie area, beginner area, starting area, newbie island, if you will. We have to look over there. Any new player that signs in has to go through this beginning tutorial area. It's not that bad. It lasts till around level 10, and then you get right past it. The gun looks absolutely ridiculous. Look how, oh my god. It's just absolutely enormous. Look how kawaii we look though. Can we take our shirt off? Come on, first thing we gotta do in the game. We gotta bring up our character menu over here. It's P. I for inventory, and... oh well, there are costumes that are way more revealing though. Talk to her with F. It is an honor to help. There's a little bit of voice acting in the game, not too much, just the cutscenes and stuff. Accepted quest. I've heard that tingling noise many times. You get it every time you grab a quest or hand them in. And you can see, first of all, for a game released 2012, the graphics still hold up really well. They're absolutely gorgeous. Character models especially. WASD controls. And as I was saying, action-oriented gameplay. You can see I can just start shooting the ground if I want to. If you're playing a melee character, you can swing your sword at will. it's not just point and click gameplay, and it actually makes a difference. We'll head towards this guy over here. The Island of Dawn. You can see where we are right now. After you leave over here, you go to Arcadia, which is the next beginning area, and then you can start expanding, as you can see. Different areas are, of course, marked at what level things are, which make, you know, questing pretty relatively straightforward. But we're going to complete some of these beginner stuff right now over here. Again, it is the most popular MMORPG on Steam, and it's doing really, really well. Let's talk to Lamb. I've done these beginner quests so many times on alt characters and stuff. Is this worth my time? Some voice acting is better than the other ones, of course. Dun, dun, dun. Now we keep going forward. Awesome. Feeling slow? Drink a speed potion. That is an excellent idea, actually. That should be on my F11 hotkey. Bam! Now we're going a little bit faster. Oh, that's my healing. Whoops. I hit F10, not F11. Oops. There we go. Now we get to dash a little bit quicker. And this is until you get a mount in the game, which you get pretty early on. I forgot exactly when, but you'll get it before, like, around level 15 or something.
Elves lead the way.
Elves lead the way. I can do that. I can also zoom in on you. Man, massive, massive boobs. And of course, they're just vibrating on their own too. Look at that. And not too bad. Not as much as the Gunner class preview. That was insane. Kill guild holds and obtain their claws. Awesome. We'll just casually walk around while shooting this guy. Don't have too many skills right now. You can see I have my right click which dashes. Useful juking attacks. Kind of like in Neverwinter, there are attacks to juke. We'll unlock more skills as we level up. Unfortunately, you don't really get to customize your character too much until you reach level 20. That's when you start unlocking glyphs and stuff, and that's when the game starts getting more fun. Glyphs in the game are, I guess, kind of like talents. You can reset them whenever you want and equip whichever glyphs you want. It's almost like, what are they called? Badge points in, this can be an obscure reference, but almost like badge points in Paper Mario games. But you can enhance various skills in several different ways. More damage, lower cooldowns, better attack speeds, and things like that. And again, you can just change this whenever you want to, so you can build your character in different ways. So not every gunner is the exact same. Though you can also use recommended builds if you want to do it your way. Let's go learn a new skill. These are your glyphs over here, like I said. So we can enhance some of our abilities. These require glyph points, point cost 2. But yeah, you can customize these later on. Not much we can do with those until level 20. We can upgrade this ability for 37. So you can unlock your stuff. Bam, there we go. I got my scatter shot over here. Blast over here, fires a shot. That should just be my auto attacks. My rolling reload is my right click, and I have some passives as well. 30-minute cooldown, holy crap. We have this equipped automatically down here anyway. Close this out. One thing I want to show you guys right away too. The game has awesome cosmetics. I do want to emphasize the fact that the game's monetization, the game's business model is really cool. Actually, it's a bit like the original Maple Story in that almost everything you buy in the game is cosmetic, and that is a huge, 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 huge plus. Because there is no real pay-to-win elements in the game, and that is awesome. Check out the game's dressing room. You can see some of the cosmetics right away. Just what these, you can preview them over here for free, and you can buy them over here for the game's cash shop currency called En Masse Points EMPs. But the cool thing too is you can actually trade a lot of these cosmetics in game in the game's auction house, so you can actually access these without paying if you have buy from other players. And there's just so many cosmetics in the game. We can see the good stuff over here. More revealing goodies. Oh yeah, lingerie and bathing suits. Look how cool these look. Awesome. This is the most revealing one in the game. But the game goes a little bit overboard with some of these. They are really cool and they vary a lot. These are all your shirts you can get. But look, if you look at some of the mounts, they're actually really awesome. Let's go look at my hats too. You can get like an 8-bit hat. This is one of my favorites. But you get these, they look absolutely ridiculous, the duck face. This is like a legit duck face. You can walk around like this in-game. How cool is that? You can get the farming hat, which is just looks like the character from One Piece, Luffy's. And you can look at the mounts. The mounts are actually really cool. These are a little bit over the top. You can literally get a car in this game. You can get a sick Tokyo Drift right there. But you get other cool looking mounts like this. You can preview them this way. But yeah, there's tons of cosmetics in the game, and really the only thing you can buy with cash shop points is XP boost and cosmetics. Like 90% of the stuff at the cash shop is all cosmetic, which is a huge plus, and is kind of reminds me of the old Maple Story because it was almost entirely cosmetics that way too. But you can take a screenshot too to show off your character without ever spending this money too. Lots of cool things you can buy over here. But we're going to close this out for now, and back to grinding. A lot of the early gameplay is very, very linear though. But the cool thing is the combat does feel satisfying. Something a lot of MMORPGs don't really figure out too well. There's some scattershot ability over there. Very easy to kite these. Again, these are level 1 too though. Combat does get a little bit harder later on because you start fighting enemies a little higher level than you. And PvE It requires a little bit of skill knowing what to dodge attacks, knowing what to chain your abilities, because on my warrior, for example, you want to knock down an enemy first, like right away, so we can dodge this pretty easily. Knowing when to use your skills is pretty important, especially in PvP, because again, you can dodge attacks and things of that nature. And PvE, it requires a little bit of skill to the point where it's not really difficult, but it's definitely satisfying. More so than just, mindlessly left clicking or mindlessly, auto attacking enemies, which is what you do in most MMORPGs now. So the action-oriented gameplay in Tera is definitely one of its selling points. A lot of people will tell you that it's really no big deal, and in a way, again, the PvE isn't difficult, but there is room for you to play smart. In PvP, though, skill definitely does show. If a guy has better gear than you, and you're just a better player at knowing when to dodge, when to use your skills, you'll typically win in PvP, which is definitely pretty awesome. You must need help. Again, voice acting is not the best at times. We got the Daybite, a new weapon already. Equip this bad boy over here. Awesome. It's level 2 weapon. Again, the early experience is very much curated, so it's super guided along the way. Talk to Junie over here, and then we're gonna kill some of these elks.
Cool words. Now show me these.
Now show me these. Grab this too. Bring up my skill menu. K is always skill menu, guys. In every single Korean developed game, K is always skills. So again, I did tell you about the glyphs. Those are available at level 10. You get some your passes over here too. You can't really upgrade these. Some alliance abilities, and I don't have riding yet, but that's when you get your mount.
You look relaxed. Let's fix that.
You look relaxed. Let's fix that. Yeah, we can fix that by zooming in on those mega side boobs. Speak with Delari again. He's over here. You can see a radar on the top right, as well as your map a little bit further down from that. F on you. For the Federation. Gotta kill some Noriks. And you can see a lot of new players are still jumping to the game. This is the beginning area, and there are players in here too. And we're on channel 1. There should be multiple channels over here. So it does use a channel system, I guess similar to MapleStory, to divide up the player base in each zone. So it prevents everything from being super packed. We'll kill these Noriks now for their hides. They're delicious hides. The game prompts you to use abilities too every once in a while. You can cast them on your own too by just clicking 1. We're gonna move out of that red thing. Even if you don't know how to play, when you see a little red meter on you, you want to move out of the way. That's pretty obvious. Kill these guys over here too. Easy quests. The combos get more interesting later. I only have like one ability right now, so I'm basically auto attack spamming right now. Loot these guys too. And you can see right away, the game tells you gotta kill these for your quest by putting exclamation marks next to them, which is super useful. Do want to hit up a few points in the game. Interface polished, gameplay polished. It's one of the most popular games on Steam for a reason. I mean, the game is doing really well as a free-to-play title, and if you haven't played it yet, that's pretty unlikely. I feel like most people have already played Tera. A lot of people really like it, and it's not for everyone. But if you're looking for a free-to-play MMORPG, there's really only a handful of really top-tier titles, and I would definitely put Tera in that list. And I'm not the only one. Again, a lot of people do play the game. And it's not the first game to have action-oriented combat, but it made it really popular. Vindictus have obviously had it before too, but I mean, compared to Vindictus, this is an open world environment. It's persistent, whereas Vindictus and DFO and stuff are all instanced. So you do have wide open plains over here, big open areas, which look really cool. This one is not that open. It's kind of open. Let's keep killing these guys. Scatter shot, easy deeps, and I just whiffed. Gunner class apparently has a lot of AoE stuff, and AoE is always fun. Gun enthusiast, awesome. I already got my quest. I'm gonna go hand these in a second. Killing these guys, they do drop motes. All monsters have a chance of dropping these. You pick them up, they give you, increased attack speed, movement speed, increased health. Just makes your grinding experience a little bit easier. The game is definitely a bit grindy. You don't really get access to dungeons and more fun stuff until level like 20. I think your dungeon unlocker, the queue finder for dungeons, instance matching it's called, unlocks at level 20, and it's identical to almost like the group finder or raid finder in World of Warcraft. You select what role you are, and if you can lead the group or not, and you just queue up and it matches you up with the, other players for that dungeon. You do have to beat the item level for it, though. We have to go down over here. What am I thinking? Your quest locations are marked pretty conveniently on the map. I've done this Island of Dawn stuff many times. Again, for a 3-year-old game now too, the environments are absolutely gorgeous. I mean, visually the game is great. Another aspect of the game that really shines is its soundtrack.
Are you ready?
It gets very whimsical and nice. Not so much in the beginning areas, but it does. It is really nice. The soundtrack is on MMOs.com/review/Tera. Also in our music section too, if you want to check those out. Dun dun dun. So again, you do get these. That guy looks like Boromir from Lord of the Rings, by the way. Telling us what to do, what to do for a quest.
The Wicked has a thing for piglings, I guess.
He's got a thing for them piglings. Yo, he's abusing those piglings, man. That is just not nice.
His own size, or at least
There's also a game that was let me close this out here. It was also a game known for its you know, BAMs, big ass monsters. Monsters you gotta take down with groups. A lot of those you can kind of take down by yourself nowadays, but a lot, you know, it does encourage group play for big bosses. Let's see how easy this guy is. I just whiffed that because I'm retarded. But it doesn't matter. This guy's super, super easy. Alright, he's going down. He's not going to hit us once. Just casually walk around. People have said, though, the gunner class is pretty OP for PvE. Again, can't really see too much of the PvE difficulty early on. But it does get... It's not that it's challenging, but it kind of keeps you on your toes. In a lot of games, you can just kind of mindlessly grind. Here, you do have to kind of... You know, with a melee class, you can block with right click. Knowing what to use your skills, it requires a little bit of finesse. I'm not going to say it's difficult, though. Though the dungeons can get a little more difficult. But the solo grinding is always easy and just takes a while. But it's good that it keeps you on your toes. It feels more rewarding in a way. Got that quest done. Now we get to run a little bit further down over here. Follow the road leading up to Northern Overwatch. And it's awesome to see new players in this game still, just hopping in for the first time. Oh, or just people making new characters too, but... Yeah, it is popular for a reason. Awesome graphics, great music. Really, there's no reason not to check it out. It's definitely one of the more premier free-to-play RPGs out there. Only problem is it does get a little bit grindy, and things do slow down, and getting gear, especially later on, just very, very grindy. But I mean, having action-oriented gameplay is a huge plus because that makes it skill-based for the PvP. The PvP server is open world PvP too, but it can get a little bit silly sometimes because you can just get, you know, jumped and stuff like that. The cash shop is definitely it does free to play right. It does it really well because you really can't buy any power in the game. You can buy some convenient stuff like speed boosts and being able to run dungeons more times, like dailies, a little bit more than once. But it does it really well. Hopefully, more free to play games adopt the Tera model. Guild Wars 2 as well has done the it's free to play now. It did the free to play model really well too. You can't buy power. Grab this over here. Awesome, the boomstick of Vekas. Check her out. Check out those they move every once in a while on their own. There you go. Look at those move physics. As she shakes her head just a little bit, they just move like quite a bit more than normal. I love the over-exaggerated move physics in most of these MMORPGs.
Is this worth my time?
Is this worth my time? Like, this voice actor just hates his job. He did not want to read that one sentence out loud. The speed potions early on help you get through the beginning stuff really quickly. But later on, you get your mount, you can mount and dismount really quickly. Again, you get that pretty early. This guy talks in all caps.
Let's get it started.
Let's get it started. Good variety of races too, which is a huge plus. Gotta kill some training dummies. Alright, I gotta equip my bomb over here. Training bomb, awesome. Equip that over there, F1, and bam, kill these guys. Wait for that cooldown, and we get to do it again. If you haven't played Tera Online yet, you're missing out. It's a 40 GB download. Actually, I think it takes up 80 GB, but when you install it, it goes down to 40. Pretty massive download, though. Like I think the game downloads the first like 10 levels to make it smaller, but the full download is 40 gigs, which is pretty ginormous. Talk to this guy over here again.
Experience is the best sergeant I ever had.
Nice.
Let's show them how the Amani do it.
The game has some story, but it's nowhere near as in-depth as Old Republic. I mean, there really aren't that many story-driven games out there. I wouldn't say Tera is one of them, but it has a little bit there for those interested. I want to run through some of these menus again real quick, too. Combat is fun. It's definitely its biggest selling point. A lot of people will play Tera just for the combat, especially coming from a game like Lineage 2 or something, which is a typical example of a fantasy MMORPG where the combat is very much point and click, or runes of magic and such. Here, you feel a little bit more involved, and it's a nice change of pace. Oops, gotta go talk to this guy over here now. There are teleporters to take you from one area of the game to another very quickly. You can see them around here. Almost all the areas in the game are connected by teleporters. You gotta explore it first before you can use it, though. Just go around towards you, and you can see your local. And brings up your bigger map, and you can see your local map on the right side over here. You are seeing a little bit of a lag because I'm recording fraps. Let's run down over here and hand this in.
Feel the flow of magic.
Feel the flow of magic. Am I blind? Where did I talk? There we go. Rutgar over there. Get to know that garrison. Got it? And we get to go down over here. A lot of quests in the game. Oops, this way again. Talk to you.
Fortune smiles on us.
The rest guide. There's rest experience in the game too because, oh my god, massive knockers. Of course. Understood. I'm surprised there's no boost ladder though. We can check her out. Oh yeah. My stamina has been fully restored. Look at her go. Awesome. Definitely over-sexualized female characters, but that's very typical to a lot of MMORPGs nowadays anyway. Good feature though, if you ask me. 10 out of 10. Oh my god, learn about the campfires. I don't want to learn about no campfires. Oh my god. Gotta talk to you one more time, then we're finally out of here. The guns look absolutely massive. This is why you can't use a gun on the lolly race, because it would make no kind of sense because how big they are. All right, I learned about the campfires. I got a campfire, and this. There we go. And we are done over here finally. Get my goodies. Now we get to finally leave this town area, hopefully. One last one over there. It's a fun game. It's been out for like 3 years now, so there's a ton of content. You know, you get the late game. There's always a lot to do. It's again easily one of the best action MMORPGs out there, and one of the only open world action MMORPGs too. Let me equip my new weapon too. Easy. You don't really have to, you don't have to stay on top of your gear early on, but you do later on. It's this whole beginning area is super easy. It takes a little while to get through. Let's go over this hill. We can see a nice big open area over here. Only the roads are marked on your local map for some reason, not like the entire area. No, we can't go over there. JK, this area is off limits. But the environments look really awesome. Very beautiful game world. But yeah, I'm gonna call it for now. It's a game well worth playing. If you haven't played Tera yet, you've kind of been living under a rock. If you haven't played it though, you're in for a surprise. It's a fun game, well worth checking out. Anyway, guys, if you guys do want to play Tera or just learn more about it, do check out the full review on. There we go, on MMOs.com. Yes, 10 out of 10. Later, guys.